So, Rick, it's been 10 years since you wrote this book. Has there been a moment, an awakening, a story that will forever impact you as you look back over the 10 years?
One of my favorites was one from a prisoner in Northern California in a maximum security prison who read the book, taught it to his entire prison. They formed a church there. It runs 500 people in attendance. This is a church that, this is a prison that had never gone more than 2 days without a lockdown. And New York Times did a front page article on it, said since they had done 40 Days of Purpose and the Purpose-Driven Life, they'd gone 6 years without a lockdown.
Since you're talking about such a heavy impact like that, let's go back then to Brian Nichols and the courthouse shooting. I was anchoring the news, Rick. And
you were?
Yes, and it was happening on my shift, and we were on through the day, through the night, and then came that moment where he ended up in the apartment of Ashley Smith. And what did she do? She took out the Purpose-Driven Life and started reading to him. Just take a listen to when I interviewed her 6 years ago.
What you are is God's gift to you. What you do with yourself is your gift to God. God deserves your best. He shaped you for a purpose, and He expects you to make the most of what you have been given. He doesn't want you to worry about or covet abilities you don't have.
Nichols asks her to read it again. It seems to register, and he begins to open up.
She takes me back to that moment where she was reading to him, and he stopped. He stopped the rampage, the killing spree. How did that impact you?
The interesting thing is I've probably heard 2-3 dozen dramatic crime-type stories like that around the world in the last 10 years besides Ashley's. But it still moves me.
Why are there still so many people that can't find their purpose?
I actually wrote 2 new chapters in the new version of Purpose-Driven Life, which is being released this month. Because over 10 years, I noticed that there are 2 things that keep people from discovering, and even after they discover it, from actually fulfilling their purpose. One of them is envy, and the other is people-pleasing. And let me define it this way. Envy is, I must be like you in order to be happy. And people-pleasing is, I must be liked by you in order to be happy. Both of these will cause you to miss your unique purpose in life.
President Barack Obama, I'll never forget in 2008 when he asked you to pray at inauguration. And, you know, your views on homosexuality became very public, more public than they had in the past. And you received a lot of criticism for that. The president received a lot of criticism. Why Rick Warren to pray? Since then, he's now been reelected. Do you support President Obama with getting rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell and supporting gay marriage? Do you still support him? Do you still support...
I disagree with him on that issue. And here's a good point that I would try to make. You're never going to find anybody that you agree with 100%. Tolerance means you don't have to accept their view, but you still treat people with respect.
Final question, Rick Warren, because it is the holidays. What do you want people to remember this season?
We need celebration. We need salvation. And this Christmas, we need reconciliation. And that is, you don't have to see eye to eye to walk hand in hand. You can disagree without being disagreeable. You can have unity in a nation without having uniformity. And that's my Christmas wish for all of us.
Pastor Rick Warren, thank you so much.
Thank you.